7-yard line. That's a great call. Play fake. Plummer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Pull. Touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levis swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon comes in. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. Still going back. Got the track. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries a Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for Derby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
And then early good defensive possession for Baylor. Cam Carr had it taken away in transition. Comes right back to Caden Powell to start the score.
So many things for this Baylor squad. Super athletic, good defender, good with his hands, and then you see the nice move by Mayusin right there to knock that shot down. The young man is the top 5 player in the country going to Missouri in the fall.
There's Pig Johnson, had it blocked at the rim by Isaac Williams. It's run down by Truitt, but a shot clock violation. And Sun Devils run again, and Odom turns it over again. Skillings runs it down, and he's blocked by Johnson. And Baylor's an elite offensive rebounding team. One of the best in the country. Pig Johnson, 6 of 3. This morning, he feels like they're a lot better against the press so far, but right away it causes problems for James Nagy and Baylor. Grebovich, cans a 3. Loose ball down to Trevor Best. Pig Johnson hoists and hits.
Being at University of Tennessee and the things they did with him there, he was just ready to perform and play here, even though he didn't get a ton of action as a volunteer.
Williams got caught in the air, and Best lays it in.
That they've scored on. They've gotten 2 layups and a corner 3. Those things can't happen. It can't be that easy. 1 pass and a score, and then Yesfu, good defense right there, good hands, and he pays it off.
Agbin around the screen. Powell underneath. Bobby Hurley takes a timeout. According to KenPom. Isaac Williams knifed into the paint, follows it up, and Baylor cuts into the margin down to 4. No dice from deep. Do you like that shot?
No, it's a bad shot because the offense has been going, let's move the ball side to side, get some other action.
The tight turnarounds for these coaches off games Saturday. It hasn't slowed them down.
Man.
Baylor another turnover. Grebovich with the flush.
Man, how good is Mayusin in the passing lanes? And they bring great energy to the Sun Devil team off the bench. And he's done that all night, and he's wide open right there.
And he goes long lob, chop! Really struggled to shoot it against Baylor in that first meeting. 1 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 6 from 3. Carr with some space again, and he's got 4 threes. See, his 3 schools went from Pacific for a couple of years to last year a season at Pepperdine, and now at Arizona State. Agbin to Powell. You wouldn't probably pick Mo Odom, and that he then goes out there and he's got his fingerprints all over the game. Like this to Pig Johnson. Got it to McCabe to break the pressure. Johnson on the drive, had it blocked by Yesufu. There's been a feast all day on this.
There has been.
Ford, deep one.
Another one. But that will be one of the best matchups here in Kansas City.
Shot clock winding down on Williams, who hits the three.
But I've never seen any signups at 3 years old.
No pop water.
No, sir.
In SoCal at 3.
No basketball either.
Powell stayed patient from Skillings. Odom nearly turned it over toward Mayusin. Johnson late shot clock. Driving on Agbim. Got it to go. Odom off the screen. Johnson went soaring. Williams ahead of the pack. Lays it in. Yesufu again trying to get this mismatch on Odom. Kicked it for Skillings. Wide right. Tipped in off Jop's fingertips. And it's a one-possession game.
See, there's the 2 on the ball, and there's the rotation.
Forced Jop. Mayusin knocks it down.
And a smart play by Jop. He got his eyes up.
Agbim, Carr, Yesufu, Skillings, and Powell, the 5 for Scott Drew. Carr drives and scores it off the glass, and his first point since halftime. So Baylor did as well down the stretch, getting that 5-point win at home. Skillings, the kick. Agbim got it. Finally a 3 for Baylor.
And there it is.
To pick Johnson, who tosses it up, and Arizona State wins it. Bobby Hurley's Sun Devils are still alive, and they move on to the second round.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Welcome into Spicy Taco Tuesday's edition of Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Carrasino at Diablo00 on X. You can check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, I know I may have never told you this, but you can go to the wonderful world of IG and check the show out there as well as you go to IG, but it's at michael.caratonito.5. Yep, pretty simple. Just had a dot between first and last name and a .5 at the end, and then there you go, bam, up and running on the good old IG. As you can check it out there. And last but not least, guys, the phenomenal YouTube channel. Go to YouTube. You know how to get there. Subscribe to watch live, but subscribe to the channel, because if you have missed any Pitchfork Lunch, like if you just missed the opening and saw the highlights to the first round of the Big 12 championships, men's hoops, they beat Baylor. Yeah, Baylor goes down, guys, as they beat them 83-79. ASU put up 44 in the first half, and they led 44-35, so they were up by 9, and then Baylor scored 44 in the second half, and the Devils scored 39. So Again, they hold on. They win by 3, but they shot 57% from the field. We'll get to all that. But that's my point. If you missed the opening of the show, and again, I'll show the highlights in a little bit, but if you missed the opening of the show, I shall play the highlights again. But if you have missed any of the show at all, and again, Pitchfork Lunchers, I'm glad you're here. Pardon me. I'm very glad you're here. But you know what I'm going to say, shame on you, where have you been? You can go to YouTube and you can subscribe to the channel and watch the show. So all you have to do, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Caratanudo, but the page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005 at MVC005 on YouTube. And you can subscribe, because like I said, you've missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews. Coaches, players, voices, insiders, alum, phenomenal alum. And Thursday, well, you're going to see some action from swim as the men's and women's swim and dive, who are getting ready for NCAAs. Yeah, spring break for ASU this week. But hey, you know what? They have practice because, oh, yes, they have a national title to go after. And again, just getting to hang out, talk with Coach Bame. Oh, he's great. But yeah, we'll check out some of practice later. But yeah, I mean, you can subscribe to YouTube and you'll see, again, sound like obviously great con reviews, but sounds from practice. Or, you know, just out at practice and stuff like that, like you'll see in a little bit. But go to YouTube and subscribe. Again, it's at Emerson Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Yes. Yeah, so again, we'll show the highlights in a little bit. I'll show some more of the highlights in a little bit, talk about them, but let's start there where wait, before we do show today, obviously the men won that baseball tonight, 6:30 out at Phoenix Muni. It is the first Territorial Cup battle. Devils are coming off putting up just a plethora of runs, uniform cornucopia this last weekend. Again, getting back in the win column. They are now 11-4. And yes, that team down south will be at Phoenix Muni. Get out there, get loud. Do not let any red and blue in. We know some will show up, but let it get loud. Again, this offense for Coach Bloomquist, and man, what Coach Ellison has done. I mean, obviously, the hitting coach, what Coach Ellison has done, absolutely. Just again, it's the last year. You know, you can see it, but again, a lot of these guys that are back, and again, there's a lot of new players, as we all know. So that being said, get on out to Phoenix Muni tonight. As the game is at 6:30. So you're going to want to get out there, Territorial Cup. We want to destroy that team down south. Remember, it is hashtag our state. You guys know that. But yes, so that is coming up. But yes, the men had the early game today, and they get the 83-79 victory over Baylor, the men's hoops team. And Pig Johnson led the team off the bench with 19 points. He shot 50% from the field. He was 7 of 14 overall, 2 for 5 from 3, 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Little 50%, a little low for him. The Devils were 13 to 22. They shot 59% from the free throw line, getting the victory. Baylor was 13 to 17, 76%. So, again, 75 and up, feeling pretty good. And that's why Baylor was able to make that run. But you're the Devils. I mean, 9 missed free throws. I mean, if you make 5 more of those, it's a 9-point game. You're feeling really good. But nobody from the Devils fouled out, which is good. Isaac Williams from Baylor fouled out. Mo Odom did have 4 fouls, but he had 9 points. He was 3 for 8 field goals, 0 for 4 from 3, but 3 for 4 from the line. Santi Truitt, man, what a game he had. Rebounding-wise, he had 9 boards. Led the team, with 9 boards. He had 13 points, 9 boards, 1 assist. 3 offensive rebounds. 3 of the 9 were offensive. Like I said, 13 points, 9 boards, 1 assist. And I mean, just solid game. And again, getting to the boards, the Devils. I mean, hung around on the boards. It was 36-33 Baylor. So yes, you never want to get that rebounded, but you're that close. You're feeling pretty good about it. So just the early or the numbers from the game that closed out. The Devils did shoot 57% from the field. They were 36% from 3. Both teams made 8 threes, but Baylor was 8 for 33. Thank you. Keep chucking. The Devils were 8 for 22. And then turnovers, the Devils had 15. Baylor had 12. Points off turnovers. Baylor had 17, and the Devils had 15. Again, 36-33 total rebounds. Defensive rebounds, the Devils 24-20. The offensive rebounds, 16-9. And Baylor is one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the Big 12. I'd say in the Big 12, but in the country in general. But still, 16-9. Second chance points, though. Baylor had 14. The Devils had 13, though. So you get 16 offensive boards, but just 14 second chance points. Considering the Devils had 9 offensive boards and got 13 second chance points. But the bench points, 24-10 in favor of the Devils. Points in the paint, absolutely even, 42-42. Fast break points, Baylor 9-8. Each team had 2 blocks. Each team had 9 steals. Baylor had 12 assists. The Devils had 11 assists. It was tied one time. Devils led for 37 minutes and 37 seconds of this game. Baylor led for a whole total of 40 seconds, and the game was tied for 142. Yeah, that's a hell of a first-round game. And, Baylor made a run. Look, they got to within they made a 6-0 run over the last final 23 seconds. ASU had no field goals, though. And, again, that has been a theme throughout the season. Not every game, but, you go the last 427 with no field goals. That's tough. You look at the Mo Odom made a jumper to make it 74-64. Again, with 4:27 left. And then Odom missed a 3 after that. Musin hit a free throw. Then Jop made a free throw. Then he missed a free throw because they just started fouling because there was 2:39 left. And then, yeah, well, okay. So they were basically, Baylor was just fouling. Samba Jop with 2:13 left made a free throw. Then he missed his second. And then Truitt missed he got fouled, and then Truitt missed a field goal with 2:03 left. And then Truitt made the second free throw to make it 78-66 with 2:03 left to go. And then Baylor gets a 3-point jumper from Obi Agbim. And then out of the ASU calls a timeout. Out of the timeout, there's a turnover, and Baylor gets a fast break layup with 1:27. And then Pig Johnson gets fouled. He hits the first free throw to make it 79-71 with 1:19 left. So if you watch this, and again, I'm listening to it radio-wise, but if you're listening, watching this, you're like, oh my goodness, it's going to be a free throw shooting contest. But Pig Johnson made his first, 79-71. Then Pig Johnson missed his second. Baylor gets a rebound, misses a three, gets an offensive board, missed another three, and then Jop gets the rebound. Baylor commits a foul quickly with 49 seconds left to go. Masamba Jop made the first free throw, missed the second free throw, so it's 80-71 with 49 seconds left to go. Then Baylor misses a three, gets an offensive rebound, missed another three. This time the defensive rebound goes to Odom. And then Odom goes to the free throw line, and he makes both free throws. So with 36 seconds left, it's 82-71 Devils. Then Odom commits a foul, and it's N1 awarded on the bonus. So the free throw. Oh, but there were two free throws for Cameron Carr, and he makes both. So now it's 82-73 with 33 seconds left. You're like, all right. Baylor commits a foul. Odom misses the first free throw. Then he makes the second free throw, makes it 83-73 with 28 seconds left. Then Baylor hits a three to make it 83-76 with 23 seconds left. And that three was by Cameron Carr. Then ASU turns over the inbounds pass. And again, down the stretch, it's tough. But a missed three-point jumper by Carr. Jop turned the ball over on a bad pass. Baylor misses a three, gets an offensive rebound. Musin commits a foul. And then Cam Carr sinks two free throws to make it 83-78 with 1 second left. And he was shooting a three, so that's why. So with 1 second left, made it 83-78, but then he hits the free throw, Carr hits the three free throws and makes it 83-79. And Baylor calls a 30-second timeout, but guess what? ASU inbounds it, and Pig Johnson takes a dribble, throws the ball high in the air, clock expires, and that is that. So, again, very stoked for Coach Hurley. So when I say no hoops over the last 4:27, yes, that is tough, but all Baylor did was fail. Once they got that last that hoop from Mo Odom at the 4:27 mark, all Baylor did down the stretch was just foul, foul, foul. A missed shot. I was like, one missed shot, but so when you see that, again, this is why when you see stats without context, all Baylor did was foul. But, yeah, so stoked for this team who gets Iowa State next. And to give you the rest of the bracket, all right, so ASU won 83-79 over Baylor. They're the 12th seed. They will take on number 5, Iowa State, at 9:30 again tomorrow morning. But that's on ESPN, not just Plus, ESPN. So very cool there. But these first round games, these higher seeds all on ESPN Plus. I don't agree with that, but that's just me. So we got Cincinnati taking on Utah next up. And then BYU will take on K-State, and then Colorado will take on Oklahoma State. So ASU's playing Iowa State tomorrow, again, same time, 9:30. At the T-Mobile Center, by the way, in Kansas City, Missouri. And then the winner of Utah Cincy takes on UCF, and the winner of BYU K-State takes on number 7 West Virginia, and then the winner of the 11-14 matchup between Colorado and Oklahoma State takes on number 6 TCU, and that is tomorrow. Then Thursday is a quarterfinal, so the winner of ASU Iowa State will take on Texas Tech. And then the winner of UCF and whoever obviously wins Cincinnati or Utah will take on number 1. And I have to say their name because they are number 1, so respect. Don't like them, vomit, but Arizona. So UCF, and then the winner of Utah Cincinnati, whoever takes on UCF, plays Arizona. And then West Virginia versus K-State or BYU. The winner of that game takes on number 2 Houston. And Oklahoma State, Colorado, the TCU will take on the Oklahoma State Colorado winner. Whoever wins the TCU, that faces number 3 Kansas. So, yeah. So we'll see the Devils do tomorrow. Hey, it is one game at a time. It is absolutely phenomenal. They were able to get this done. So very stoked. Again, like I said, I believe Coach Hurley should be here, but it comes down to win. And yes, it comes down to wins and getting wins. And now that they are, 17-15 now. They finished the season 16-15, but 5-1 neutral sites. They were 4-1 coming in. So something about neutral site games. We saw what it was early in the season when they were in Hawaii. They beat Hawaii, but then when they played in the Maui Invitational, you beat Washington State, or you beat Texas first. Hello. You beat Texas, and then you beat Washington State, and then you lose to USC again, 88-75. But then you come back again, and then their next game, it was December 6th after heading back from Hawaii. But you beat Oklahoma by 16, 86-70. Then you beat the Harvard of the Pines, NAU, 73-48. Santa Clara, back-to-back years, you beat them, but 82-79. Fall to UCLA, 92-77. All right, but yeah, falling to Oregon State, that was tough. Then you lost to Colorado, lost to BYU, beat K-State, which was huge. Lost to the team down south. They were in the game, 89-82, but in the final minute, it's a one-possession game. And then Houston beats them 103-73. They lose to West Virginia. They beat Cincinnati 82-68, lose to UCF 79-76, which that is definitely a game they were up and they should have won. I know coulda, shoulda, woulda, but that's keep the gas going, keep the foot on the gas there. But they lose to UCF and they lose to Arizona 87-74. They beat Utah and then they lose to Colorado 70-70. They beat Oklahoma State, lose to Texas Tech 72. Or no, they beat Texas. Sorry, they beat Texas Tech. They upset Texas Tech here, who was number 13 at the time, 72-67. Then you lose to Baylor, 73-68, which, again, they're up. They have a chance. They're fighting there in Waco. And then you play TCU, lose 90-78. Then you beat Utah. You sweep Utah for the season. Then you beat Kansas, who's number 14. Then you lose to Iowa State, 86-65. And, I mean, that was a game where the Devils just came out and they were up. First half was Devils, and they were looking good. They were up 41-37 at half. They're okay. Iowa State put up 37. The Devils put up 41. Well, Iowa State put up 49 in the second half, and the Devils could only muster 24. So that was very, very tough. So, yeah, I mean, that's that's tough, but they're in Ames, which is a tough place to play. So that's who they have up next, though. But like Mo Odom said, man, shock the world as they're moving on. And they will be playing, like I said, Iowa State, who was the number 5 seed. And like I said, now you need to repeat what you did in the first half for 2 more halves against Iowa State. And you can't let them score 24 straight points Iowa State had. So that's crazy. But nonetheless, don't worry, we'll see the highlights again. We'll see the highlights again as like I said, got to show them to you. So we're going to step aside when we get back. Again, we're going to talk baseball. It is a Territorial Cup battle. It doesn't count against Big 12 record, but obviously it counts for your record and on the season. And this is a huge game to get. A huge game, obviously. For the Devils as 6:35 Phoenix Community first pitch. So we'll step aside when we get back, though. Talk baseball, break down, talk about what that team down south has been doing, because they have started off. They were very highly, or pretty highly regarded in the preseason in the polls, and it's been a rough start. So sad, but it's a rivalry game. That means absolutely nothing. So. But yeah, we'll step aside and talk baseball when we get back, and also see the men's highlights again, and a little bit from out at swim as they get set for nationals. Coach Payne let me come out, and again, man, this just again watching them swimmers work out, getting ready. No matter what you do, you might feel like a little bit of like a slacker, maybe an underachiever. I don't know. Either way, but we'll step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch coming right up.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
All right, welcome back to Pitchfork Launch. Yes, I am Michael Caratino at Diablo00 on X, artfully known as the Twitter. You know it, you love it. Check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, on the good old wonderful world of the IG at michael.caratino.5 and the YouTube channel, guys. You know it. You should love it. But subscribe to it. Watch live, but subscribe. You go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Caratino, but the page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005. At MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Again, forks up to the new subscribers. Greatly appreciate it. Again, drop me some comments. Let me know, what you're thinking, all that good stuff. But by the way, ASU softball is taking on UTEP this afternoon too. Can't forget about that, as they are on the road on the first time they have left the friendly confines of Farrington Stadium to play an away game. And they, like I said, are taking on UTEP. And that game will start in about 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes. First pitch at Helen of Troy softball complex. Love that, Helen of Troy. But nonetheless, they have UTEP, so you can check that out on ESPN Plus. So after we're done here, I suggest checking that out. But still got a little bit left, so again. But yeah, forks up to Coach Bartlett, obviously. Again, talk to her and this team. Let's see, get a little get the bats going. Wake up the bats. Joe Boo needs to wake up the bats. For those of you that don't know what that's from, go search for it. Joe Boo likes to likes when the bats are warm. But nonetheless, yeah, baseball, guys. Like I said, so Arizona. Is here, and when you look at I mean, again, this when you look, obviously, what this team was supposed to do, or what the teams thought that they would, or protagonists thought they would do. They are 6-9 right now. They're 4-5 at home, 2-4 on neutral sites. So haven't played any away games, but yeah, they started off the season playing in Surprise, which is funny because that is where the Big 12 tournament will be this year out at Surprise Stadium. So nonetheless, but they lost to Stanford 10-7. Then they turned around and lost to, playing a few old Pac-10, Pac-12 foes, but lost to Stanford 10-7. Then lost to number 12 Oregon State 7-6, and then lost to Michigan 4-1 to close that out. And then they lost to Omaha, who was coming to play the Devils, who the Devils beat all three games, but they lost to Omaha in Tucson 3-1. Then they turned around and hosted UConn for a 4-game series, and they lost 6-4, 4-0. They won game 3, 5-4, but then they lost game 4, 11-2. So you look at, I mean, their first 8 games, they were 1-7. Then they went to the Live Like Lou Las Vegas CBC College Baseball Classic, but they took on another old Pac-12 foe, lost to Oregon 7-2, then beat Vanderbilt 5-1, and then beat UC Irvine 7-1. Then on Tuesday, March 3rd, they head back to Tucson, where they take on Grand Canyon, again, another in-state foe, and they lose 7-5. So after losing to Oregon, they win 2 in a row, and then they lose to Grand Canyon. Then they were playing Fresno State in Tucson, 3-game series last weekend, and they swept Fresno State. So they won 6-0, 9-5, and 14-4. And that's where they are, 6-9 overall. But like I said, already with losses to Stanford, Oregon State, again, and that was close to 7-6, but still, you don't get rewarded for being close. And then, yeah, you lose to Stanford, Oregon State, Michigan to open your season. You lose to Omaha, lose the first 2 games of the series, 4-game series to UConn. You win the third, lose the fourth, and then lose to Oregon, but somehow managed to beat Vanderbilt 5-1, and then beat UC Irvine 7-1, and then lose to Grand Canyon and sweep Fresno State. And I mean, you look at this team so far. I mean, batting average wise, Nate Nowitzki is batting .440. Easton Brayfogel's at 400. Tony Lear is at 381. Jackson Forbes is at 333. And then Carson McIntyre 255, as is Andrew Kane. So yeah, I mean, it's been a little tough batting wise, but then you look at Smith Bailey, and yes, it's not Bailey Smith, it is Smith Bailey. Has a 1 point. Well, he's 2-0 this season. He has in 4 appearances. He is 2-0. He started all 4 games. He's 2-0 with a 1.88 ERA. He has pitched 24 innings, given up 15 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned, 25 Ks to just 10 walks, given up 3 doubles, no triples or dingers has he given up. So I don't think he's their midweek starter, but probably won't see him tonight. But then Luke Flatta, who in 4 appearances, he started 3 games. He's also 2-0 with a 2.25 ERA. In 20 innings pitches, he gave up 16 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 20 Ks, 0 walks for Flatta. So when I saw that Sunday night, because I have it here in my notes, I was Sunday night, I'm like, wow, this guy's either getting lots of ground balls, but obviously when he's striking dudes out, but to not give up any walks, 20 Ks to 0 walks. He's given up 4 doubles, though, and 1 triple, no home runs. And then Owen Kramkowski, who in 4 appearances, he started 4 games. He's 1-2 with a 5.60 ERA. In 17 2/3 innings pitched, Kramkowski has given up 22 hits, 13 runs, 11 of those earned. 24 Ks, though, to just 7 walks. So, you're over a 3-to-1 ratio there. He's given up 2 doubles, 3 triples, and 3 home runs. It's a team that's only given up 7 home runs altogether, and we've seen what the Devils have done so far. So it'll be, again, it's Territorial Cup matchup, 6:30, Phoenix Muni. You need to be there. Somebody that might be there. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you're going to be there. Or, as you see, at Diablo00 on the good old X stars, formerly known as Twitter, hit me up there. But if you're going to get out there. But it is, again, Territorial game. I shouldn't say if. You need to get out there, so get on out there. But I want to show you a little bit of swim practice, because yes, the men and the women that Big 12 champs are, and ones that have qualified, and I'll give you more detail on that on Thursday, where we're looking to actually have some guests from the women's team. So again, with practice, like I said, they're on spring break, all that good stuff. But I'm just saying, we need to get that done. And but yeah, we're looking to get that done. So inevitably still be out of practice. But again, I'm going to pop this up, and this is insane to me. Okay, let's try this again.
And then early good.
Oh, not that one. That was weird. Anyway. But yeah, look at this. And are they really moving? You see some. All right. Let's see if this one. Yeah, so this is relayers. Right, you can, the foot has to be down, but as you see right there, like they'll start going. And here, I'll put that back at the top. But like for the relay, again, you can, as long as your foot is on, you can start taking your momentum forward. And basically, you want your foot to be detaching right at, they touch the wall and your foot's detaching at that split second. So, yeah, so those are many different ways when you see, yeah, there. Because if you literally sit there, you're looking at the hundreds of seconds that they can. Oh man, that's crazy! It's crazy. All right, let's see if this one works again. Well, no, it doesn't want to work. All right, let's see. Just look at, and you see it right there. And again, it's like that, and believe me, they're moving. I know I'm there, and I'm just checking this out. I'm like, yeah. But I'm like, again, are they moving? But oh no, they are definitely in between. You see it, going there, and it's just like I said, it is. I'm gonna check this out. Get the you guys send it to the flush stroke. We're getting coming right at it. Yeah, it was beautiful. That was absolutely. Oh, and this one right here. This one, next one coming up again, just to see it again coming at you, and the speed and everything that again they do is just. But and the power of again this as well is like I said, so I want to get out there, just get them training, watching them train. Yeah, but you got a little bit of the butterfly coming at you, coming at us. Just the power above the water. See the power. Oh, absolutely. And then lastly, I'll show you this. I just love watching again like this. What I love seeing again and just training for anything. I know it's tough, but when you see swimming, it's just like, holy damn! It's like you've got to be absolutely kidding me. But this angle is so cool, as you will see. And I'm not just saying cool because I did it, but I mean I'm a Sun Devil, so maybe. But I just love when you see, and again, just the like people get like the endurance, the stamina, everything, and it's yeah. Here we go. Here you go. It's like that. It takes stream and then looking out at. And again, just working on different things and how they just seem to again just fly. Again, working on different things, time splits, everything. Awesome. When you look at that, man, the power of your butterfly or your breaststroke and then getting above the water, so the shoulders down, but obviously like way out. And another butterfly just gliding on the water. Oh, so awesome to see. It's like you work obviously to work on just second nature, but man, just love it. And again, they're going to be rep. We'll talk about it more Thursday. Again, I'll see some more from out there. See some more tomorrow as well too. So yeah, just very, 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 very stoked for Coach Babe. Pardon me, an alum coach. Absolutely awesome. So, but hey, I promise you this too. We are going to take you out. We're going to I'm going to watch it with you here. But last thing we're going to do is again look at the phenomenal the Phillips 66 men's Big 12 tournament at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. As the Devils won, as you know, 83-79. Needed to be a little bit better free throw shooting down the stretch, but as a team, like I said, I mean, Pig Johnson led the team with 19. Gravovic had 14. Truitt had 13. Miusin had 12. So Masamba Diop had 11. So 5 guys in double figures. I mean, Cameron Carr for Baylor led all scorers with 25 points, but then Williams for Baylor had 15. Yessa Fowl had 14, and then both Powell and Skillings Jr. had 10. So both teams had 5 players in double figures. Ours leading scorers happen to come off the bench, like I said, Pig Johnson. But to have 19 from Pig and then 14 from Gravovic, who was 2 for 3 from 3, 6 for 7 from the field. Noam Houston, 4 for 6 from the field, 3 for 5 So, yes, 60% from the three-point line for Musin. But I know Jop and Pig Johnson, 3 for 6, 50% from the line. Both of them probably not thrilled about that. But, hey, it's always great when you can improve on it, or focus on it, improve on it, move on, and from a win. Let's see if I can get. Let's see if actually I can tell. Yes, I can. What am I thinking? The score to the second game, which right now is Cincinnati and Utah. Cincinnati, who's 17-14 overall, 9-9 in conference play, and again, like I said, they beat some teams, but ASU beat Cincinnati, so. But yes, they are up 29-20 again. Utah 10-21, 2-16 in Big 12 play. It is 29-20 at halftime. And then, like I said, up next, Oklahoma State take on Colorado. Oklahoma State's 18-13, and then Colorado 17-14. So those two battle it out, and then the nightcap will be, the next game will actually be K-State and BYU. K-State 12-19, BYU again 21-10, 9-9 in conference play though. So that's it. That's after Cincinnati, Utah, and then the nightcap is the aforementioned Cowboys, Oklahoma State, and the Buffaloes of Colorado. So, but yeah, 29-20 is a halftime score there. But yes, let's get the highlights up.
It's a possession for Baylor. Cam Carr had it taken away in transition. Comes right back to Caden Powell to start the score.
So many things for this Baylor squad. Super athletic,
But,
defender.
Yeah, I mean, early on,
you see the nice move by Mayusin right there to knock that shot
again,
down.
Mason, the more he's gotten, he's obviously injured, but throughout the season, I know he's been back for a while, so you guys are like, he keeps seeing his legs.
It's run
Once
down
he
by
got
Troy,
that,
but a shot clock violation.
pardon me,
Sun Devils
Eli,
again.
him right in the
Odom
offense.
turns it over again.
Oh, look at this here. It's Pig Johnson signature. Pig Johnson signature right there.
Baylor's an elite offensive rebounding team. One of the best in the country.
You really guys talking about it right here, but I knew before.
Pig Johnson.
They can
6
get
of 3.
offensive rebounds
This
and more.
morning, he feels like they're a lot better against the press so far, but right away it causes problems for James Najee.
Yeah, moving the ball, you see Bryce Ford right back to Houston or Devovich. Bryce Ford gets it right back to him, and that kid is not scared to pull the trigger, which, you love him. I mean, the way you can hit him, you get in rhythm.
And hits.
Being at University of Tennessee.
And
the things
like
they did
Pig
with him
Johnson,
there,
like
he
you
was
said,
just
right,
ready
all
to
scores
way here.
with
Even though he
19.
didn't get a ton of
I
action
mean, look at
as
that,
a
I'm blocking
volunteer.
and get it on the
Williams
fast
got
break.
caught in the air, and Best lays it in.
So we're just getting in on the action. Love to see that.
Those things can't happen. It can't be that easy. One pass and a score, and then Yesfu, good defense right there, good hands, and he pays it off.
Pig Johnson almost gets that block again on the turnover. That's, a tough stretch.
Agbin around the screen.
And then
Foul
with
underneath.
miscommunication coach Hurley said, we got to
Ronnie
have
Hurley
a
takes a timeout. According to KenPom. Isaac Williams knifed into the paint, follows it
and
up.
again, that's what I'm talking about,
And
the
Baylor
offensive
cuts into the
rebounds.
margin down to 4.
Again, like I said, listening to this on the radio, it's like, oh, come on.
Because the offense has been going. Let's move
I like,
the ball
I mean,
side to
how do you
side,
guys feel
get
about the
some other-
court?
get
I
some
mean, I
other
kind of like the
action.
court when they showed it off. think it's
Tight
it
turnaround
looks
for these
very
coaches
cool.
on games Saturday. It hasn't slowed him down.
Man.
Baylor another turnover. Grebovich with the flush.
Man, how good is Mayusin in the passing lanes? And they bring great energy to the Sun Devil team off the bench. And he's done that all night, and he's wide open right there.
And he goes long, lob,
Yeah, look at
shot.
the
Really
four.
struggled to shoot it against Baylor in that
Well,
first
I mean,
meeting.
I like
1 of 9 from
watch
the
this.
floor, 1 of 6 from 3.
Look at that. Look at that
Carr
three.
with some space again, and he's got
Carr
4
was
threes.
unconscious for a little bit
Sees the
there.
three
But yeah, I
schools
mean,
went from Pacific for a couple of years to last
you know,
year's
second
season as
half, you're up by
Pepperdine,
14,
and now in
you're
Arizona
feeling
State,
good.
Agbin to Powell. You wouldn't probably pick Mo Odom, and that he then goes out there and he's got his fingerprints all over the game.
Look at that.
Like
Down
this
the
to
lane
pick
for
Johnson.
Johnson.
Got it to McCabe to break
Makes the
the pressure.
baseline cut, gets away from his defender. Nice reverse layup. Look at that. Big
Johnson on the
Johnson.
drive had it blocked by Yesufu.
Hey, I'm going to take you to the rim. Look at that. Look at Bryce Ford. Catches it.
Another one.
Had to gather himself. Look like, oh man, I don't know if that'll throw him off, but
He's
man,
one of the best
just
matchups
stinks that three.
here in Kansas City.
Shot clock winding down on to Williams, who
And
hits
again,
the three.
right before the shot
Never
clock.
seen any signups at 3 years old.
Three, but
No Pop Warner.
No, sir.
It's SoCal at 3.
No basketball either.
Powell stayed patient from Skillings.
you see this where, you know, again, they're making this run.
Odom nearly turned it over toward Mayusin. Johnson late shot clock.
You can take
Driving
Johnson
on
here.
Agbin. Got it to go. Odom off
Yeah,
the
look
screen.
at that. Look at that.
Johnson went soaring. Williams ahead
They
of the
just
pack.
went
Lays it
off
in.
his hand.
Yesufu again trying to get
Through
this
Mose,
match-
they
this
put
match
2
on
hands
Odom.
on it, throw it
Kicked
down.
for
Again, that
Skillings.
was a little high. A little, even
Wide
could pick a
right.
teeny bit high.
Tipped in
And
off
dropped,
Sharp's
unfortunately,
fingertips, and it's a
going for the
one-possession
rebound. You
game.
play basketball long enough, that
See, there's
happens.
the 2 on the ball, and there's the rotation.
Forced job.
Look at that.
Mayusin
You
knocks it
did
down.
not even
And a
hesitate.
smart play by
You
John.
gotta
He
love
got his
that.
eyes up.
Agbin, Carr, Yesufu, Skillings, and Powell, the 5 for
Yeah,
Scott Drew.
75-64. You're like, all
Carr
right, I'm moving.
drives and scores
Three.
it off the glass, and his first
They get the
point
hoop
since
there,
halftime.
75-64.
So Baylor did as
So
well
you're like,
down
all
the
right.
stretch, getting that
Under
5-point
2
win.
now.
Skillings, the kick.
Big
Agbin.
Johnson goes flying
Got it.
by. And
Finally, a
they went
three
for the next
for
2
Baylor.
seconds, and then
There it
he was
is.
able to hit the 3.
Pick
But yeah,
Johnson, who tosses it up,
yep, there
and
it
Arizona
is.
State wins it. Bobby Hurley's
83
Sun Devils are still alive,
Gotta love it.
and they
Gotta
move
love
on
it.
to the second round.
Highlights courtesy there of the good old ESPN Plus. As the game was on there from again Kansas City tomorrow, be on ESPN. Again, 6:30 tonight. Get your butts on out to Phoenix Muni. It is a Territorial Cup battle. Again, doesn't count against Big 12 record, but we know how important it is. Hey, they're under 500. Make them feel the way we know that they should feel, because it is #OurState. But get on out there, Devil fans. 6:35 first pitch tonight. From Phoenix Muni. So again, don't be bashful. Get on out. And don't forget, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Oh, yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. Yes, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Akron will be at the Sun Devil Lacrosse Stadium taking on, and the Sun Devils will be hosting them, coming off that 19-12 win over Bucknell. They've now won 2 in a row. They're 4-3 overall, 4-2 at home, 0-1 away. Haven't played neutral site games. So, but yes, Akron, 10 a.m. tomorrow. Do not be bashful. Get on out there. I know, yes, the Devils play at 9:30. That's on ESPN. So, got a lot of options. But it won't hurt to go check out some awesome lacrosse, women's lacrosse tomorrow morning. Again, spring break, man, but that's an early game, 10 a.m. So, I know people have been out of work for maybe a few hours by then. If back on the East Coast, it's 1 o'clock. yeah, so time did change. You're 3 hours ahead now. So yeah, all that good stuff. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'm going to get out of here. Again, thanks to reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs, women's volleyball, for always making sure I remind you that it is hashtag our state. Make sure they know that tonight out of Phoenix Muni when we're out there beating up on the Wildcats and smacking the kiddies around. So yes, it is hashtag our state. School down south. You need to be reminded of that, but it is. And then, yes, have a great rest of your Taco Tuesday. Hey, you don't want to say, make them a little spicy. We get some jalapenos in there, maybe some sriracha, Frank's Red Hot, Tabasco, green chili, whatever, cilantro. Make it a little spicy on the tacos there. So have a phenomenal rest of your Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. You guys know it. Go Devils. And as always, forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Two-play fake. Farmer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Pull. Touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another touchdown. Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure. This team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. Still going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for Derby. Flag out. Doesn't matter.